Our next half hour, how you can tell if it was really a tornado that touched down in your neighborhood. Reporting live in Pinellas County this morning, Lauren Rosella, ABC Action News.
Thank you, Lauren. Jury selection is scheduled to begin in just over 2 hours in the trial of the Riverview father accused of killing his wife in front of their 3 young daughters. Prosecutors say Keith Dukes stabbed Michelle Dukes and then chased her into a neighbor's home where he shot her. Police say their daughters watched the attack as they sat in the car waiting to go to school. If found guilty, he could get life in prison.
Parents can't believe authorities haven't charged the driver who hit people at a school bus stop. The 7 people included 5 kids. That accident happened last week near 16th Street and Bougainvillea. Over the weekend, detectives took video surveillance from a nearby church, hoping to piece together exactly what happened. Parents who rushed to the scene say the images still haunt them.
Bodies, kids spread all over the street.
How? What must you be thinking to run your car over them? A crowd of children? They're innocent kids.
Police say right now they don't believe the driver crashed into the group on purpose or that he was impaired. They're also not sure whether speed played a role.
This morning, we're waiting to find out if human remains found in a field in Manatee County on Halloween could be tied to any missing persons cases. Investigators say that they were there for at least several months. They're hoping to use dental records to determine if the remains are male or female. The most prominent missing person case in the area is teenager Jabez Spann from Sarasota. Manatee detectives have reached out to Sarasota investigators, but for now they say there is no indication that the remains belong to Spann.
A new racist robocall is targeting OPRAH. Authorities say it was created by the same white supremacist group that targeted Andrew Gillum. OPRAH has been campaigning for Stacey Abrams. She's a candidate for Georgia governor. The pre-recorded phone message to Georgia residents features a voice impersonating OPRAH. It uses the phrase magical and has a racially charged word for a black person. It also mocks fat white women and makes anti-Semitic claims about a conspiracy.
The Centers for Disease Control say this year's flu season is off to a slow start, but they are starting to see some small spikes in activity throughout the country. Take a look at this map that you see right here. This gives you an idea as to how it's changed over the last few weeks. The lighter colors that you see here, that means more flu activity. And we've also already had 1 child die here in Florida from complications of the flu, so this is serious. The CDC says it is not too late to get a flu shot to protect yourself.
Take a look at this. It is not just Pinellas County beaches dealing with red tide and dead fish. It's now spread to the intercoastal too. Crews picked up 152 tons of dead fish in just 3 days.
We live in paradise, and to have this constant smell and irritation, I'm just ready for it to go away.
Cleanup crews are working fast. They're bringing out dozens of boats ranging from large shrimp vessels to tiny skippers. The Department of Environmental Protection just set aside another $3 million for cleanup in Pinellas County. If you see dead fish, contact the county. They say most of the dead fish are picked up within hours of a report.
There is only one more day for someone to claim a more than $66,000 winning lottery ticket. The Florida Lottery says it was bought in Tampa. Somebody bought the Fantasy 5 ticket at a Shell on West Hillsborough Avenue back in May. The 180-day deadline to claim the top prize is tomorrow, so check your tickets. Try to find them. We've posted the winning numbers on our website. Just go to abcactionnews.com.
And now let's check in with meteorologist Greg D and a look at that humid forecast today, huh?
Very humid this morning. Yeah, Lauren, this is the Hyatt Regency in Clearwater. A lot of clouds overhead. Beautiful sunrise, though. It is warm temperatures in the 70s. Check out this shot. This is from Tom Snodgrass yesterday in your Port Charlotte. Big shelf cloud rolling in over the bay. Impressive sight, as we did see some thunderstorms in the Bay Area yesterday. Those are now gone. It is dry mostly. A couple of sprinkles up towards Citrus County. Here's what I'm looking at as far as the rest of the afternoon. Temperatures in the 70s now from Auburndale, Lakeland over towards Tampa. Current temperature 74. And in Lakeland for the afternoon, we're climbing to the mid 80s, mostly cloudy. No chance of rain today, but there could be a cold front in the 7-day forecast. The day I may see the temperatures dropping coming up in a few minutes. Sarah.
Good morning, Greg. I just put this information on our free mobile app. FHP is reporting a car fire 75 southbound at I-4. I'm checking multiple cameras. I haven't found it yet. If I do, I will let you know as soon as possible. Not seeing any slowdowns, though. 275 all the way to I-4 and 75 southbound. Only about a 9-minute drive. Dia.
All right, thanks, Sarah. Still ahead this morning, a heartwarming reunion between a little boy and the medical student who probably saved his life. Coming up, how you can do the same thing.
And recently, we've told you about a dangerous virus carried by a worker at Hamburger Mary's. Straight ahead, the 2 things crawling around the kitchen that made the health department shut them down.
Promote what makes your business great with Vistaprint. Whether it's a business card, a banner, or a postcard, we have the paper stocks, sizes, and design options to create marketing that's right for your business. Give it a try with 500 standard business cards starting at just $9.99 when you use code VP500 at Vistaprint.com.
Smile, Dad.
I take medication for high blood pressure and cholesterol, but they may not be enough to protect my heart.
Adding Bayer aspirin can further reduce the risk of another heart attack.
Because my second chance matters.
Be sure to talk to your doctor before you begin an aspirin regimen.
That's a mini wheat. Delicious. But it's more than that. 10 layers of crunchy wheat to fill you up on big days. Whether your day involves steam, mountains, or whoa, fire, we've got your breakfast right here. Is your breakfast built for big days?
Good morning, Clearwater, and all of Tampa Bay. Time to wake up and start your day.
This is ABC Action News.
The flight from Florida to London is supposed to take about 8 hours, but for one nightmare flight, that wasn't the case. You see right here some passengers sleeping on the floor of the airport. So first, their plane from Orlando was delayed, then diverted to New York when it began having technical difficulties. The plane eventually landed in London 2 days late, 77 hours after the trip started.
Cannot even imagine.
No, thank you.
I think I'd just be done. Orange County deputies say a woman walked into the Animal Kingdom Lodge on Sunday and said somebody just handed her a newborn baby. Now deputies say the newborn was her baby. This all happened around 2 in the morning. The baby is okay. The infant was taken to the hospital. The mother is now undergoing an evaluation.
We're learning roaches and rodents are the real reason Hamburger Mary's in Ybor had to close for 2 days, not a server testing positive for hepatitis A. On October 24th, inspectors discovered more than 40 live and dead roaches in the bar area, near the cook's line, storage area, and sink area. The state also found more than 250 rodent droppings behind the bar. The owner tells us he hired a new pest control company. He also hired 2 new kitchen managers and now believes his restaurant is one of the cleanest in Hillsborough County. The Florida governor's race is drawing national attention. Most polls have Republican Ron DeSantis and Democrat Andrew Gillum within 3 points of each other.
As some analysts say it's so close, they're calling the race a toss-up at this point. This weekend, former President Obama stumped for Gillum, while President Trump returned to the Panhandle to support DeSantis.
And you know what? You put the mayor of Tallahassee, take a look at the bad job he's doing in Tallahassee. You put him here, he'll destroy Florida in 1 year or 2 years if he's doing a good job.
President Trump also urged supporters to vote for Senate candidate Rick Scott. Meanwhile, some Hollywood A-listers hit the campaign trail for Andrew Gillum and other Florida Democrats over the weekend. Actresses Ava Longoria, America Ferrera, and Zoe Saldana attended a rally in Kissimmee.
The Latino Victory Fund organized the event. It's designed to get people out to vote.
I'm emotional because this means a lot. I left my 3 sons at home to be here with you because you matter, because your voices matter.
Singer Jimmy Buffett also appeared at a campaign event this weekend with Senator Bill Nelson and Andrew Gillum.
All right, new this morning, a bone marrow donor and the little boy whose life he saved. They met for the first time.
ABC Action News reporter Sean Daly is in St. Pete, where the emotional scene is the result of a local hospital's new search for bone marrow donors.
4-year-old Owen Allman is about to meet the man who saved his life. 27-year-old Stephen Marincel, a bone marrow donor, is about to meet a little boy who couldn't fight infection and needed a hero to help him.
The only thing they told me was that he was a male and that he was an infant. That's the only thing that I knew until I met him today.
And at Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital in St. Petersburg, what a meeting it was. For Owen,
hey Owen, how are you? Can you give me a hug?
And his parents too. This month, the hospital's teaming up with a program called Be the Match to pair bone marrow donors like Steven with patients like Owen.
Technically, he's already a part of our family. We got part of him right here, you know, every day.
But a lot more donors are needed to help people with leukemia and, like Owen, immune system deficiencies.
He could have definitely died from this disease.
Steven says there's a misconception about bone marrow donation.
It's not very painful. It just kind of felt like you fell down on ice.
After meeting Owen, Steven is headed back to Chicago, where he's a med student. As for Owen, A healthy Florida guy, he says he wants to grow up to be a doctor. In St. Petersburg, Sean Daly, ABC Action News.
That is so sweet and so incredible and so easy to save a life.
Inspiring to go get that done, so that can happen to you.
Yep.
Great story. Good way to start a Monday on a positive note. Hello, everybody. As we start off this Monday, we're watching a little bit of rain as we head into the afternoon. In Bradenton today, temperatures in the mid-70s, on our way to the mid-80s by later today. Maybe a quick little shower or sprinkle along I-75 as you make your way northbound out of Manatee into Hillsborough or Pinellas County across the Sunshine Skyway. Though overall, rain is just not going to be a big deal today. Little sprinkles, that's it. Temperature trend as we go through the next several days. Big drop into the weekend possible. I'm not as sold on this one as the one last weekend that brought us the big drop in our temperatures for Saturday. The humidity, though, through the week, at least through Saturday, it's going to stay at muggy levels. So what you got out there today, that's going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Humidity is back here for the next several days. 75 Anna Maria, 72 Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch, good morning, 71. The Palmetto area, 71. Parish up towards Ellington, also in the low 70s. We've got 70s from Tampa over to Brandon and Carrollwood. Over towards Clearwater, it's 72. Oldsmar, 73. And Eastlake, 71. Up to the north, a couple of showers early this morning. Crystal River to Brooksville, low 70s. And low 70s from Highlands over towards Polk County as well. Clouds and showers out over the Gulf. This is a weak front that's just not going to make it toward us. So the closer you are to this thing today, the better the chance for a shower. That means coastal communities and those of you north of I-4. So far this morning, the only place that's seen some sprinkles has been Citrus County, but there are some showers and storms offshore. I'll continue to watch these throughout the day. If you're near the beaches later this afternoon from St. Pete north, yeah, there could be a little downpour, maybe a shower popping up there. You see when you're in Newport Richey about noon today. Those then spread to the north, Hernando, Citrus, maybe Pasco County, where most of us just remain cloudy and dry with temperatures in the mid-80s falling to the upper 70s by this evening. Mid-80s for Saturday and Sunday on Florida's most accurate 7-day forecast. That's when we could see that next cold front move through. Other than that, steady as we go here through the work week with temperatures in the mid-80s with a slight chance of a shower each afternoon. Wow, watching something big on 75 this morning. Sarah, what's going on?
Well, Greg, this is near 75, not on 75. It's Fowler here. It looks like all lanes blocked. I believe this is eastbound right now. There was a car fire. It was smoking. Firefighters are here, as well as FHP or Tampa Police. So we're working to get a little bit more information, but you can see the backup just building a little bit. It's still early on our maps here. So this looks to be eastbound Fowler shut down right now. You will need a detour. Fletcher or Bush are two good options. Dia.
All right, thanks, Sarah. 20 minutes after 6, still to come this morning, a priest in the Archdiocese of Venice was accused of criminal wrongdoing, but his parishioners are now fighting to get him his job back.
And a warning for anyone selling a car. The one thing you need to do so you won't be on the hook if the new owner is involved in a crash.
In this morning's GMA First Look,
get away from the door.
Caught in the act, a homeowner scaring off would-be burglars, all thanks to his doorbell cam.
Thought it was very odd. I was like, what's going on? And obviously they were up to no good.
Clem Ho was at work when he got an alert from his doorbell cam app on his phone. Someone was at his house. This man, dressed as a construction worker, knocking on his door, apparently checking to see if anyone was home, before radioing a second man to allegedly help him break in. That man pulling out a screwdriver, which the two then used to try to wedge open the door. That's when Clem uses his app to send the pair a message, loud and clear. And we'll tell you how to keep your packages safe coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Eva Pilgrim, ABC News, New York.
Good morning, Sarasota and all of Tampa Bay. Time to wake up and start your day.
This is ABC Action News in the morning.
It's coming up right now on 625. Parishioners in Sanibel held a vigil trying to get their priest back. He's been on administrative leave for 2 years now.
Father Christopher Sank of St. Isabel Parish was accused of financially exploiting a parishioner, but deputies investigated and didn't file charges.
This is a community that totally supports this man. He's just the most wonderful priest that you could ever imagine.
Parishioners say that Father Chris should be allowed to resume his duties. They're asking the Archdiocese of Venice to reinstate him. Some parishioners even traveled to Rome and asked the Pope to intervene.
The Florida Highway Patrol is reminding everybody to make sure your paperwork is in order when selling a car. If you don't do it right, you or your insurance company could be held liable if the vehicle is involved in a crash with the new owner at the wheel. There is a specific form that you have to fill out to remove the seller's registration from the vehicle. We've got a link to that form posted right now on our website, abcactionnews.com. Also, make sure that you take the license plate off the car before you turn over the keys.
Was it really a tornado in your neighborhood? Straight ahead, the steps the National Weather Service will take today to figure that out.
And police are looking for a man they say has been performing lewd acts on a college campus for years. Ahead, the place that he may have targeted the latest victim.
And I am following a closure on one of our major roads that gets you to an interstate. I'll have more on that and detours coming up next.
And this morning we're starting off with cloudy skies. It is warm and humid and will stay that way through the afternoon. Coming up, the one part of the Bay Area that may see some showers and storms this afternoon, just 5 minutes away. Stay with us.
Be on guard. That is the warning from investigators who say thieves are using a child in a scam to rob people. One victim explains how she fell for it.
And that's why this election is so cotton-picking important to the state of Florida.
Was that racist or an attempt to be folksy gone wrong? Ahead, how both candidates are responding to that statement this morning.
And a confrontation right out of the Stone Age. Take a look at this. What Pasco deputies caught Fred Flintstone doing.
Good morning, Tampa Bay. Get everything you need to start your day.
This is ABC Action News in the morning.
Still waiting to find out if he called Bam Bam to bail him out. We'll tell you the story behind that coming up. Good morning, Tampa Bay. Thank you for joining us on this Monday. I'm Dia Riley.
I just love the Flintstone car. I'm Lauren St. Germain in for James Tully. Let's start with meteorologist Greg D because the humidity is back.
Ooh, yeah, it is back with a vengeance this morning. Good morning, everybody. The air is thick. We even got some showers out there. Citrus County saw a couple of sprinkles overnight. There are more offshore. So Hernando and Citrus, this is going to be the place where we're going to be watching for some pop-up showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. Farther south, the showers, sprinkles much more isolated. It is warm, though, in the 70s right now. Brooksville, Tampa, and Arcadia. By midday today, already in the mid-80s. Notice more clouds in Brooksville, breaks of sunshine. Hillsborough County down towards Polk, Hardy and DeSoto. Mid-80s for the afternoon, maybe a thunderstorm or two up towards Spring Hill and Crystal River. Otherwise, most of us stay dry today with temperatures in the mid-70s. I'll take you down to Sarasota in your hour by hour coming up. Sarah, you're watching a car fire this morning. Where is the close-up?
Good morning. Yes, I am. I was just in communication with Captain Al trying to figure out a little bit more information about this. This looks to be eastbound Fowler shut down here right as you get onto 75 southbound. I was watching one of our FDOT cameras earlier when this car was smoking. You can see some of the foam over the road. So this is going to be a little bit of a cleanup effort. I'm getting a first look at this just as you are right now. The car pretty charred here. Still working to find out if any injuries, anyone was hurt in this. Of course, as soon as we get some more information, we will bring that to you. Backups extending here. Captain L tells me that people are being turned around. Fletcher, always an option if you want to hop on 75 northbound and southbound. We'll get some more information and bring you that in about 9 minutes to you.
All right, thank you, Sarah. If you are not near your TV, take a second, come on over and look at this because this is the car right here that Tampa Police really need you to keep an eye out for. They say it belongs to a man and woman who are bringing a child along with them to rob families.
Yeah, we're asking you to share this story from ABC Action News to help get the word out about these robbers. ABC Action News reporter Wendy Lane tells us how they tricked one victim. Good morning, Wendy.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, pretty scary knowing that these thieves are desperate enough that they're bringing a child along with them during their robberies. Last week, Tampa Police tell us that a man and a woman told a victim who lives in Bon Air that they had worked on her roof many years ago. The 74-year-old victim tells us she trusted them because they had a child with them. But once they got inside of her home, they distracted her and stole her jewelry and money. The victim, who we're not showing to protect her safety, says that she's disheartened in knowing that a young boy was involved.
You work so hard for whatever you have, and then you got people out there teaching their kids how to be a robber.
Now take a look at this car. It's a black Chrysler that detectives believe the robbers are driving. Police also say that another man was targeted using the same story about the roof, and then they stole his prescription drugs. Tampa Police are asking anyone with information about this morning that might recognize that car to contact them immediately so they can get these suspects. Live in Tampa this morning, Wendy Lane, ABC Action News.